We were finishing our Jersey Mikes while putting in an order to ticket on McDonald's today. Like we had the sandwich in hand.
10 cheesy gordita crunches.
So to the man from Virginia. You know, we got a charge here for prestige plumbing.
Oh no!
It is a pretty hefty charge,
Like $400.
and it took me a little bit to realize that was ticket. We're back here, another edition of the Sports Podcast. That is, what were you doing at Erewhon?
My girlfriend loves Erewhon. She goes almost every day. It's the best place that you can get sushi for $30. And there was a grand opening of Erewhon in. And man, I tell you, dude, it was the craziest circus I've ever seen, dude. There were guys in cold plunges. There was a DJ. There were women wearing no fucking clothes, dancing around, people drinking left and right.
But it was for an opening?
It was for a grand opening of Erewhon. And for those of you who don't know what Erewhon is, it's a grocery store.
It's Whole Food on steroids.
It's Whole Food on steroids. And you would have thought I was walking into Coachella because this place was popping off just for an Erewhon. Joe, have you ever been to an Erewhon before?
I went to the one in Venice. I went once, and it was ridiculous.
It's nice.
But
It's nice, but it's way overpriced.
it really is.
It's like you could find items there that you'd find at other stores, and just because it's Erewhon, it's more expensive. I literally saw those granola bars at Trader Joe's. Well, maybe not Trader Joe's because they have their own kind, but I saw that somewhere else, like Whole Foods, for less.
Not much, but you know,
and
what
Whole Foods is pretty good too. Whole Foods is good, but Erewhon's got to be.
But even Whole Foods, if you do like a full shopping, like if you actually do your full grocery shopping at one of these places,
I've never spent $100 easier.
I almost think everybody just goes in and just picks a few things. I mean, there's big boys out there that are actually doing their full shopping.
I saw a lady had a buggy in Erewhon.
What do you mean a buggy?
Like one of those buggies that you put in. I'm like, this woman must be a multimillionaire.
She probably is.
If you go into Erewhon with a buggy, like you don't got a care in the.
What do you mean by buggy?
World.
Like an actual like shopping cart?
Like a cart. It was packed to the fucking gills.
Yeah, well, they do have. Yeah, they do. I thought she brought her own.
No, that's what I'm saying. She had one of those. Like I'm saying, if you see somebody with those carts full, they're spending a bag.
Bro,
I spent $100. I had 3 things in my hands.
Dude, we walked out of that Erewhon.
But I will see the raw bar or the hot bar.
It's great. It's great.
Oh.
There was a line around the fucking corner. There was a line around the produce section.
Good sushi,
it was just a snake of a line. It was huge. I would have been waiting there for an hour.
I think there is that placebo effect to it though too. And same thing with Whole Foods. Like if you buy meat or something from Whole Foods, not to say that it's not good, but it's really not much different if you went to Ralph's or something. But mentally, when you unwrap that the paper of the meat and stuff, like when the butcher and stuff, you mentally man, I'm eating really good tonight.
Like that boar's head wrapping or something like that.
Yeah, like there's a
dude. I will say, I walked
effect.
into the fish section. I've never seen salmon look so orange, dude.
Yes,
it was unreal. I'll give it that. Their fish look good.
Sockeye?
I don't know what it was, but
Pacific
it was just
Sockeye's got a more red hue.
It was just like a cut of salmon.
It was actually a tangerine. He was high as a cut. Yeah.
Well,
he was tripping balls going in there.
But sockeye, it's always going to be a deep ruby red.
Okay. Dude, so I walked out of there.
I'm not making that up.
No, I believe it. That's why it's funny.
Sockeye's got that red hue to it.
Down your plum. Dude, so I walked out of there, spent $120. It was one bag. They gave me, you would think if I went to a Ralph's or Pavilions, or if you're from the East Coast, a Giant or a Super Fresh, $120 should get you 5 bags worth of items. It should be 2 weeks worth of food.
What was the items?
We got olive oil, couple lemons, couple avocados,
some sockeye salmon,
bison.
Oh, why'd you get bison?
Why'd you get bison?
We were gonna stir it into some pasta and
elk meat.
And there was elk meat right next to the bison. Right next to the bison, there was elk meat. And I said, I said to my girlfriend, I was like, "Should we go with the elk?" And she was like, "We're not there yet." And so I said, all right, we'll go with the bison. But it was one bag. I had a couple lemons, a couple avocados, $119.
It's
That's
it is.
Nothing's worth it,
Fucking-
man.
Now, by the way,
that ain't worth it.
If
Trader Joe's is good.
a place that's Trader Joe's fantastic. A place that's still gonna bang you, but you'll get a little bit more bang for your buck. Tickets doing a shirt change here, and he's gonna go to the Eagles jacket. Believe it or
Whoa.
not. By the way, you know what was one of our fatter moments we've had in quite some time? We were finishing our Jersey Mikes while putting in an order to ticket on McDonald's today. Like we had the sandwich in hand while I was telling you what
I had
we
to
were
do
gonna
nuggets,
order.
dude. I had to do some
Well,
nuggets.
you gave me that smirk, and I was like, all right, let's ride.
I was gonna say no, and then I was like, some
We're
chicken,
we're
chicken
riders.
nuggets can never hurt.
Wait, you had a Jersey Mike's as well?
Sure did.
Because you made it seem like only Joe was eating a Jersey Mike's when I got the text.
He
My
lead you
thing
to
is,
believe.
I can't like when the Jersey Mike's comes, he waited like 20 minutes. For me, if the food's there, I have to hit it right away.
Yeah, I waited a while.
I can't do that. I can't wait. Like when it comes, I get so excited to see the driver. I can't hold off on it. Like I gotta go into it. And then I'm kind of jealous that I didn't hold off on it when I smell it and then you have it and my experience is done.
You're sick, man.
You know what I mean?
You're a fat kid at heart.
Sure am, man.
You're one of us.
Yeah.
In an imposter's body.
No, I will get chubby again.
Now, Chicago coming up this week.
Yeah.
That's exciting.
No, it is. It is.
I've never been to Chicago before. I'm super
Neither
stoked.
have I.
I heard that Portillo's
Yeah.
place is pretty good. And then there's what's the pizza place? The
Lou Malnati's. is what you're
Malnati's.
looking
Yeah,
for,
that's what I heard.
I know. I
We
heard
got
it
lit
was
up on the
solid.
last podcast because we were like, where are we going? We don't know.
Well,
And
no, a lot of
we
people
fumbled the
messaged.
ideas, and then this past week, we've all been messaged by a bunch of people on where to go.
It's good, yeah.
Yeah.
You know where we're going to be dining the best, in all honesty. I really look forward. They really,
Smig's.
really do right. Will be Smig's house. They really will. What? Why is that funny?
You think the best food in Chicago is Smig's house?
I just
Well,
think
that's
that
high
the
praise.
spread.
They better be going to Erewhon
I
for the
think-
produce.
I think it'll be similar to what like we got at Joey D's. That's what I think. I think it'll be.
Yeah.
I think it'll be a good spread.
I do too.
There's something to be said for a home cooked meal, which is what we're going to get there.
Yeah.
But if we're talking about a steakhouse,
Yeah, that
We could
Chicago
do-
cut sound.
Chicago cut.
I don't think we're gonna have time. We're pretty.
Yeah,
we're
we really
pretty.
don't. We could say
the
all we
tournaments
want.
are fun, but like when we go now, it's like full on. Like the pre-party, which is so fun. We get to go to 5-iron, which is sick, and then the post game and like all day Friday. It's gonna be a fun one, but it's gonna be early and often.
Yeah, the pacing. I always tell myself that I'm going to pace. The pacing's kind of out the window now. It's. Do you
I
remember
don't think
the
you can pace yourself at these.
the Miami one?
I thought the Scottsdale one you were more blitz.
That's what I meant. Yeah, the Scottsdale.
Yeah, that was.
There's that
was
Caesar
good.
wrap. Yeah, that was.
but Bob was pretty hammed on the first one in Miami too.
I was, but I remember having to say a few words at the end of the Scottsdale one, and I got the mic, and I remember thinking in my head like, this could go south. Like this could really. Thought I held it together okay. It's nice. Usually, a lot of times, grill guys on the mic, he MCs like in the end.
Perez is emceeing this.
Yeah. We'll have
Yeah.
Perez on it. That can
We'll
get.
see how that goes.
Yeah.
No,
That'll be
I actually
funny.
think you'll do a great job.
Totally.
I think it's more so like how blackout will he be?
But that'll be funny. Like it'll play.
Yeah, it depends on what Nick you're getting. Are you getting Nick? You getting
lean,
Are you
getting fat?
Yeah, dude. Well, speaking of Chicago, the five of us for the first time are going to be playing a hole together. Me, Jet.
I think that'll
and
be
you
fun.
three.
I think that'll be, you know, the sometimes, and we'll be moving around more for this one, but we all kind of on the other tournaments we've all gone to our own holes, and like you guys will kind of visit and whatnot. This will, I think, we'll be seeing a lot more of each other, which is fun. It's fun, kind of, to like. The other ones, like when you guys would come by and you tell me like how banged up Joe is, how his hole's going, how Perez is doing, if he's banged up, and like you like check in on each hole.
Mm-hmm.
This one will be seeing a lot more of each other, I think, throughout, which will be a fun ride.
They're always fun, man. This is it's a cool thing that we get to do, and now we've done it. This is the 4th installment, so we've done it in 3 or 4 different locations. Which, well, Miami will end up being. We're running it back, but every single place we've done has been so cool, from Scottsdale to Miami, New York. I mean, the people who come out there like amped up. It's awesome, man. It's really, really fun.
Yeah, and you know, I do got to give shout out Doing Things, who's our partners in all this. They make it to where I couldn't, we've talked about it before, but I couldn't fathom having to try and set up this golf tournament. I remember me and you had a call one time where we were going to try and set up our golf tournament. Could you imagine if me and Joe, that would have been Firefest.
I think Firefest actually, it would have made ours look pretty
That
decent.
would have been an absolute horror show.
Yeah.
If we good on us for thinking
But you
about
know what?
it.
We're good at what we are, and we're not good at what we aren't. So
And that's where doing things comes in. And they've done a great job with all of these.
they let us come and just do our thing. Thank God, because like Bob said, we would be in for a wild ride if we were planning it. But no, it's really cool. And I think, too, what's really cool to me is seeing, like, the people who come back. So we've had, like, people come to, like, multiple Breezy tournaments. And so you build, like, a relationship with them. And then you just kind of get to know them. And it's a lot of fun, man. I think we're going to do a bunch next year, too.
I'll tell you what I kind of want to do is, like, Barstool does a good job of this, like, where they announce the dates. Like, to start the year, they announce all the different locations. And then you put it all out at once, I think would be kind of cool.
I like that, yeah.
Rather than like do it like spur of the moment. Not to say that we don't do it right. We really do. We do a good job of it. But like to release all the dates of where we're going to be a year in advance.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, that'd be sick. I can't wait to see when we do that hole together, the Jet, with people lined up, waiting to see his tee shot. There's going to be people lined up when we're on that hole.
Yeah.
To see the Jet line up and take that shot off the tee.
Usually, like even me, like those tee shots. Usually, I get nervous as shit. But I think I'll be so buzzed up at that point.
You'll be feeling it.
That it won't bother me as much. But like any other time, if we had like a big crowd around, I'd be shitting bricks.
Shorties, I remember when you did that.
Shorties, we're gonna have to be playing this year too.
Oh, you guys are playing at Shorties?
We're
Playing it.
Yeah.
Which means
wow.
Bob's gonna be taking, and I will be taking multiple shots.
I thought you guys were hosted again.
Surrounded green.
Yeah.
With people everywhere.
Oh, there's going to be bodies.
What do you
Let
think the
bodies
over-under
hit
is
the
on
floor.
someone getting hit?
Somebody's getting hit. In all honesty,
Is it
somebody's
like
getting hit.
1.5?
I think 1.5's a good number. Because you got to think, if you miss the green at all, it's a scurry. If you miss it at all, it's
Yeah, but the holes aren't long, though. They're not like 200-yard holes.
They don't need to be, Joey. They don't need to be long.
Thankfully, I got the new wedges.
Oh
Thank
my
God.
It's going to be, oh my Lord. It's going to be. But look, it'll be fun. I mean, we've enjoyed having that. But yeah, there's definitely a buzz to Chicago. Also, a lot more people, too. Something that I love with the tournaments is sometimes you hear where people have come from and some of the places that people come from. We've had guys that have come back to back from Australia.
That's wild.
Which is nuts. That's got to be the longest flight. I mean, there's got to be.
I've done it once, and it's long.
Did you have that?
15 hours.
Yeah, first class, Joey D?
No, I actually was economy when I was younger, and my friend at the time made a bet with me while we were getting on the plane that I couldn't stay in my seat for the entire duration of the flight. Bet me $100. I didn't get up once. Why? In a 15-hour flight.
You did that for $100?
I mean, it was a long time ago.
How are we just hearing about this? I've done that flight.
I swear to God, it was a 15-hour flight. It was Vancouver to Sydney direct, and he made a bet with me. He's like, I'll bet you it was like $100 that you can't stay in your seat for 15 straight hours. I didn't get up once, not to go to the bathroom, not to stretch my legs. I got up after. I had like Charlie horse. Well, not Charlie horse, but I was like stiff as a board. I didn't get up once. If somebody challenges me to a bet, there's some sick and twisted things I would do to win a bet.
Yeah, you got that it factor in you. You got that dog.
It's a long time to never get up, man.
That is a crazy
15 hours.
Oh, so when you got off the plane,
I could barely walk, dude.
But was the stream just nuts?
What do you mean the stream?
Like when you went to piss.
Oh, yeah, of course. But I can hold my bodily functions pretty well.
You know what I always try and do? Like, you ever have somebody come up to the urinal next to you and you see who pisses longer? Like, even if you don't know the guy, I always try and have my piss go longer than his piss.
Longer?
It's like a manly thing. Like, I want...
Oh, like outlast him?
Yeah. I had a guy, literally the other day when I was like...
Bobby Ball streams.
I'm gonna go toe-to-toe with this guy. And the little Asian guy at the Muni course that I played with, Fezzi...
Did he beat you?
He buried me. I was washing my hands and then using the dryer, and I still heard his stream.
No
Yeah, true story. Little Asian fella.
But whenever you leave first, though, you just got to twist it and be like, it's all about getting out of here as fast as you can, man. It's all about getting out of here quickly and efficiently.
If that wasn't entertainment, playing the rest of the 9 with Showtime must have been.
I mean, you guys have seen it on the channel.
I said to Tick the other day when we played Trump, he is one of the wildest people to play with and the most enjoyable. Like it is, I am cracking up the entire freaking.
It's a blast, but it's amazing how long he takes, and I've taken video to show him how long that it takes. By the way, I never used to really care too much about pace of play. I've kind of turned into a nut about it. Because, like, I don't want to be out there. Yeah, I really...
5.5 hours.
I don't want to be out there for 4 hours and 30 minutes.
4 hours is good.
Yeah, 4 hours is fine, but 4 hours, 30 minutes,
well,
that extra 30
technically
minutes.
Considered an average round of golf is 4.5 hours.
Is that what an average
goes? Yeah, like 4 to 4.5 is
really?
Like, yeah, I think once you start approaching 5 and then 5.5, that's like outrageous.
The jet, you go play around with the jet. If you didn't have anybody in front of you and you go out with the jet, you can get around done in an hour and a half, no problem. He wastes
not a single word will be said.
Yeah, and you know what? I've learned to appreciate it because it's like, as much as you love to go out and golf and it's a blast, like by the time you drive there, you always get to the course, you go a little bit early. By the time you get back, it's a full day. That extra 30 minutes, extra 45 minutes, I do care a lot more about pace of play where I didn't really used to care. And I think Binyamin did that. Binyamin's he's done a lot of things to my life, good and bad. Yeah.
He just don't give a shit, man.
Guy don't give a fuck. You know what he wrote the playbook on, and I really appreciate because I thought I was good at it. I am not nearly as good as he is. When he doesn't want to do something, he's got no issue just saying "fuck you," I'm not going, and nobody asks any questions.
Yeah, he never gets questioned.
I get questioned a lot.
I know.
What I mean?
Yeah.
You do?
If I say I'm not going, yeah, I get questioned.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, but you know what? That's a good thing. That means people want you to be there.
Yes, Jack can go fuck himself.
But I'm saying, like, if you said, "Oh, I'm not coming out tonight," no one was like, "All right, no problem."
Yeah, that's
You'd
true.
actually be like, "Yo, what the fuck? Nobody wants me to come out." Like,
yeah, I guess
the
that's
fact
kind
that
of
people
true.
are like, "Oh, come on, Bob, you got to come." If no one said that, that's worse. Because then it's like, well, I guess I'll just go fuck myself.
Yeah, nobody says that to Jet.
But also, if Jet,
But I think because you could also be on the rare occasion you can be persuaded, not
That's right.
often, but on certain select occasions.
Yeah.
Whereas a Jet, if he says no, like you just turn and walk the other way. There's just no question. You know he's not going to change his decision.
You do a good job of not doubling down. You know, if I say no,
Well, because I've learned over the years.
yeah.
Some people will just not have it.
That's what bothers me. Or you know, like when somebody
He hates it so much.
When you're out with people, okay, and somebody says, "Hey, like we gotta run, like I gotta go," and that person says, "Oh no, stay a little." That person's already made the decision that they want to be there, so that they don't want to be there. That
Right.
it's time for
You
them.
know
to
who
go.
does it more than anyone?
Showtime.
Yes.
Oh, he's the worst. He's the worst.
He never ever wants to stop having fun.
Do you
Good
remember?
for him.
Remember at New Year's Eve when we were leaving and he chased
No, it was
after our Uber?
It was like right near like December or something like that. Oh no, it was Halloween. We were in our costumes.
It was New Year's Eve. Well, that was another time.
That was another time.
But New Year's Eve, he chased after our Uber when we were leaving. We had to work at like 7 in the morning. We turn around, and
that was when
hammered. Just
we had
chasing
the New Year's Eve party at your.
He got left at Rocket Rogers' house.
It
was like a cutesy
Joe,
area.
Hey Joe, and I'm in the car. I'm driving off. He's like running down the streets. And then I messaged him later. He's like, "Oh, don't worry about it, dude. We kept the party going till like 5 in.
He was there. It was like
you didn't know anyone there. He's like, "Oh no, me and Roger and all his comidas, we're all close now." I'm like,
comidas. That means food.
"Oh, is it really?"
It's amigos.
Amigos, yeah. That's on me. No hablo español over here.
It was like a full Latin party, and like not a lot of people there spoke English, and like they did things. They did New Year's
fit in
Eve.
somehow.
There's a video of me going like siete,
Ocho,
seis, cinco, cuatro.
Yeah, you're actually really good at Spanish.
Showtime's like a chameleon, though. You can put him in a lot of different situations. Like when he came to Scottsdale,
The Rick
he could be-
Ross
he could be
concert?
everything. At a
Remember
Rick
him at the
Ross.
Rick Ross concert?
You put him at a
like,
a Hispanic
"Bola,
party. Yeah, he's incredible. But the thing about Bob is though I learned a long time ago, and I've told you numerous times that like one of your best qualities is you know when the party's over, and when the party's over, no one can convince you to stay.
Yeah.
And that was third stop for me a long time ago when we worked at the hotel together. We were drinking Bud Lights, I think, at the bar.
Used to kill me.
And well, I killed you one time. I was like, come on, because I wanted to keep the party going. I wanted to have a few more beers. The sun hadn't gone down yet. And he was like, nah, it's over. It's over. I'm going home. And I was like, all right, this guy's got a quality that most people don't. When you're out, you're out.
Yeah. Also, too, when I feel like when we usually have a night on a trip where we really get drunk and we really go hard. When I get to the point where I'm about to black out, I won't let myself go black. Like, remember in Jupiter when I was just gone?
Yeah, you just disappeared.
That's
because I was going black. It was getting away from me, and that's when I ordered $350 worth of Wendy's.
Jeez,
that was disgusting, dude. Because while I was ordering, I was like, "Don't leave it short. Don't leave it short. Don't leave." You know what I mean? So it's like one more Baconator fry, like one more Dave's double. Like, don't leave these guys short. It's hard to order food for our group because like you just never want to order short.
Well, even today, I mean, you told me an order. I was bringing McDonald's over for the crew for football, and you guys told me an order. Brought a couple extra fries.
Yeah, that was awesome.
Yeah, that was awesome.
I knew this crew could handle it.
We have I have the call with the finance team every month to go over the finances of like the different charges. It's kind of embarrassing. Like the girl, shout out Victoria, will say she'd be like, "All right, there's a Uber Eats for like $200, McDonald's," and that's where Perez always like, "Oh, Popeyes looks like Perez supersized." looks like Perez supersized that meal. Cold Stone creamer.
Extra biscuits.
The tough ones are the ice cream ones.
Oh, the Dairy Queen
that's
ones.
Embarrassing, dude. That's tough. But
$72 on Dairy Queen. That's a lot of blizzards.
Sounds like Victoria's running an auction. Like, all right, we got a Postmates for 10 o'clock at night. Looks like it was 10 tacos. Anyone want to bid on that one? Who was that one? Perez? Put your hand up.
Oh, we got 10 taco ground beef. 10 taco ground beef. 10
Taco Bell.
But then
10 cheesy gordita crunches.
So to the man from Virginia. And then a ticket one time you had mentioned to me prior to that call that you had a mix up that by accident you put a plumbing charge on the company card, and plenty of time had gone by to where I totally forgot about it. But
no!
We're on the call with Victoria, and she and I lost my shit.
What did she say?
She's like, we got a charge here for prestige plumbing.
That's from the game. You need someone to unclog those pipes. That's called prestige.
Oh no! How much was it?
Dude, it was a pretty hefty charge.
Like $400.
And it took me a little bit to realize that was ticket. And my God, did I burst out laughing. And
why? Ticket had told you?
And then I recalled that was Ticket's charge. So Ticket looked like an idiot, dude. Like, if you're gonna mix up the card, do it on like a Postmates order. Do it on something.
A gas run, filling your car with gas.
Yeah.
Almost anything other than a plumbing charge. Like, this guy's pipes are real backed up, man. Yeah, it was tough.
Oh no! Yeah, it's absolutely hysterical.
And then like from the time that happened, those calls have gotten so loose to where they're so fun to where like if you ever need to crack a joke, you just make a plumbing charge joke. And it's just like, I love when Ticket's the brunt of the joke. You are the worst. You stink.
Things that aren't even that funny, you'll laugh at harder because it's me.
Hey, tell them about the fortune cookie, Tick.
Oh yeah, we gotta tell them.
I don't want to talk about the fortune cookie, Bob. I don't want to talk.
Come
about
on,
it.
tell them about the fortune cookie.
We want to hear the
great
fortune
story.
cookie story.
All right, well, it's a funnier story
Fuck,
because
I gotta go to the bathroom, but we're hot.
We're hot. All right, so we were at a place called Formosa Cafe. It's a great restaurant, great food. And we all got fortune cookies at the end of this thing. And traditionally, things don't go my way. Things tend to go Bobby's way. And so Bob got, a fortune that was something like, all the good fortune that's coming your way, expect more, times it by 1,000 and you're going to get that. Joe got like the big things are coming. And then I opened mine.
We all do the drum roll. Like while everybody does drum roll, we do a drum roll.
And I get something to the effect
I remember
of,
the exact line.
if you're ever flying high, just remember to keep your feet on the ground because something's around the corner.
Just don't forget to keep your feet on the ground.
Forget to keep your
Even
feet.
if it was like, even if your friends are flying higher than you, we all felt bad at first. We were like ticking out, like, oh, Ticket, it's not that bad, dude. Like, and then I'm wondering, like, how could they put that? Like, who's the dickhead who put that in the fortune
Yeah,
cookie?
don't ever forget if you're flying too high to keep your feet on the ground.
And everybody was like, we were all like, Ticket, it's not bad. And I was like, no, you know what? You stink. You are the worst.
Ticket was devastated.
Yeah, we were having so much fun, and everybody was like, "No, it's fucking you stink." Just absolutely buried him.
Yeah, I was buried. I didn't even keep my feet on the ground. I'm buried 6 feet under now.
But seriously, who puts that in
that
a
was
fortune?
a tough one.
I knew it was coming.
But here's the deal.
But you know what, Tick? You're a budding star.
You're a star.
You really
thanks,
are.
man.
We're gonna make you a
People have been
star.
loving
I'm just
themselves.
trying to keep my feet on the ground here, man. I'm just trying to.
People have been loving
it's so much bigger than you guys being behind the camera now. Like, you guys are such a crucial part to the show, and crucial not just from a behind the scenes, what you are, but now in front of the camera, to where like now things have definitely gotten to a point now for you where it's like the Ticket love is a real thing, man. They're begging for more. They get mad at me if Ticket's not on there.
All those G's and the underscores and the Ticket.
You need a new Instagram.
I know. I'm in the talks with somebody.
Are you really?
Who?
He wants a lot of money.
Wait. Is the Part 3 Poppy?
No. It would be something along with like Ticket.
Oh.
Erewhon Ticket.
Erewhon. Yeah, this guy wants a lot of
Erewhon
money, and it
Sushi
depends on
Boy.
if I want to dole out the cash for it.
What's the name of the
What do
handle?
you think I should
What's
say
it? Well, tell us what.
on air?
Yeah, get the people to tell the guy to give it to you.
So it's the Tick.
Oh, I like
You
that.
don't like it?
No, I like
We
it.
call him the Tick.
Yeah,
Is it all one word or is there like a dot?
it's one word.
The Tick.
The Tick.
I love that.
Yeah, no, that plays.
Okay.
No underscores?
No underscores. No nothing. Just
Okay,
the Tick.
The Tick is good.
I think that plays. I really do.
It wouldn't be my first 5 picks.
Yeah, but it
okay,
does
but
play.
what are we talking about? What's the hefty fee?
What's the dollar?
What do you think the top dollar I should pay for it would be?
$500
No,
Okay.
I would go higher. It makes a big
for
difference.
the Tick.
Yeah, when Jet went to the Jet,
Yeah,
it
he's
makes it. Oh,
flying
I would go higher for him.
A Gino.
Getting there, I'd go higher. I think it's. I think it's really important.
Well,
okay.
Deduct
I do
all the
too.
cameos.
I would. Say,
Not everybody's got the cameo. King
I would
going.
say. I would say 2,500.
Whoa!
You're close. You're really close.
Yeah, it's a big
Oh.
deal.
Really
close.
It's, yeah.
He wants 3.
If you could talk him to
he already
2,500.
gave you an offer.
Sure did.
We could talk him down though.
I tried.
2,500.
So he went 3K off the bat. I hit him up. I was like, "Can I buy your username?" And he went, "Yeah." How was 3,000 sound? And I said, "How's 500 sound?" And he said, "No shot." And then I said, "Okay." I mean, and then I came back a few months later. I let it be for a while. I came back a few months later, and then I said, "How's 1.5? Like, how's 1,500?"
When you came back after that time, like, what did you like? Did you say, "Hey, man," or was it just like a? Did you just hit him like with like a month later, and it's like, "How's 1.5?"
I did that. I did exactly that. Yeah. I let him sit there for a minute, like really think about what he
Buddy,
did.
how you been? Let's see 1,500 for me. How does that sound? By the way, hope you've been well, and say hello to your family for me too.
And then he just hit me with the no 3K, and he ain't budging.
I think if
dude.
you went to 25, you'd get him thinking.
This guy seems stuck at 3.
He does seem stuck at 3.
Well,
If he let Ticket wait a month,
But do you think it's worth it? Do you think it's worth
Yeah,
it?
I
Let
think
me
it
know
is.
if you think it's worth
Imagine
it. Bobby,
we-
do you think it's?
Imagine we started a GoFundMe to get the Tick for the Tick.
That'd be wonderful.
A GoFundMe for the Tick's
followed by the
username.
big ticket. The Ticket. Oh, come on! He doesn't even.
Let me
He
see.
doesn't have a single post. Oh, that's
no,
the
that's the
ticket.
ticket. I can't get a hold of that guy. That guy's too big
The
cojones
tick?
for me.
Oh, this guy's got some sauce.
Let me see.
He's starting to post some
U.S.
shit.
Open.
Starting to post.
Oh,
this
dude,
is
he was
not-
sitting on the fucking
Yeah, he's at the
first
Pirate game.
baseline.
Might be 5K now.
Dude, he's at the Pirate
no.
game. He's at the U.S. Open. He's making
What
a
is
move.
that? That's Europe. Go, no,
He's at
go
City
here.
Field. Yeah.
Oh,
this is gonna.
no.
You know what? Yesterday's numbers, not today's. Yesterday's price ain't today's price. Yeah, you're gonna have to.
Is there the big tick?
I'm really trying to drop the big. I've got the big right here. I don't want big no more. I want to get rid of that.
That didn't get off to a good start today. We didn't get off to a good start today. I'll tell you that.
Your actions suggest otherwise.
Man, all right. Well, let's go into a few Q&As. This is a rare Sunday recording for us because football Sundays for us are religious. But Bob to Sports, football Sunday. Bob to Sports, football Sunday.
Bob to Sports and Football Sunday together. Everyone wins.
Everybody wins. Q&A.
All right. First question comes from Ollie Jallens 92. If you could piece together your best golf day, how would it go? Like, for example, a course in Scotland, the views in Canada, clubhouse in Florida, food in Texas. How would you piece together your best course, your best day?
Wow. That's really good. Joe, you want to go?
Yeah, I don't know how, I would probably take, the views of Pebble Beach and then probably, the food of, I don't know. So let's say food. I don't even know what to say. What else is there? Course?
Shadow Creek. You could do food.
I think Shadow Creek is, you already got everything you need.
Yeah.
Well, maybe say the food service of Shadow Creek, the views of Pebble, and then what was the third one, Tick? The
Food, views, experience, clubhouse.
I could
Trump Jupiter Clubhouse or the Doral one is nice.
Yeah, that's really nice. I would go views wise Canada, from what we saw in Canada.
Yeah, that was unbelievable.
I would, because hitting your ball off the tee
Experience
box and
Scotland.
watching it go. Experience Scotland, and then honestly for me, food wise, this is gonna sound crazy, but you're talking about just golf course food on the turn. The Moore Park chicken Caesar wrap.
my
I know.
That is one of the most outrageous.
I know it's gonna sound crazy.
Oh my God.
But Joe, when you talk about that food we've had on the turn, if you give me that chicken Caesar wrap every single time, it's the best. Just that Caesar wrap to me is it's the best in the game. It's
kinda
the
like
food that we had at Vancouver Club when we went there, when they had all the bagels and then the special.
That was good.
That was amazing, but that's not going to be you can't get that on the turn. That was a once. You know what I mean? That was great.
I like the clubhouse at Moore Park too. It's never packed. There's a TV there for games. There's always someone there waiting to get me aioli or a glass of water.
Yeah.
I like that.
Also, too, the best thing, me and you were talking about it, is it's one of the rare golf courses where, I don't know if they would like you doing this, but they really don't care. You can sit down and eat and then go and play your other
totally.
night, and there's no rush. And you just show up to
There's
the tee.
never a line there. It's you can just stop at the clubhouse for an hour and then just jump right back out there.
Yeah.
There's no line. There's no one trying to play through. It's fantastic.
The only thing is sometimes it's a little inconsistent to where they don't have the Caesar dressing. They go a little light on the Caesar.
Yeah.
God, when it hits, man, that
You're
is
ridiculous, man.
Oh, God.
You're absolutely ridiculous.
It is. Do you like it, Joe? It's the best wrap.
I do like it. I don't know if I would put it as my number one food spot. I don't know.
Okay.
But it's good. I'm not going to
You
deny
getting
that.
a shrimp cocktail on the 7th hole of Shadow Creek is one of the funniest things I've ever seen.
How about us drinking Dom with Chucky on Shadow Creek?
That was wild.
That was
video of
really
you getting
wild.
Dom Perignon on the course.
Chucky, shout out Back Nine Chuck. He had his business partners with him at Shadow Creek, and they went ahead of us, and we went me, Joe, Chucky's son, and then his friend, and they were still in college.
Sweeney boy.
We showed up to the 18th hole, and he was pissed. All right, next Q&A here.
Next question, sticking on the topic of food here, comes from Franny_lifts. Your go-to nacho toppings.
Oh.
If you're gonna build nachos,
Go ahead, Dick.
what's the Okay, I'll go. I'm pretty simple. I like obviously your chips on the bottom layer. You get a light layer of chips. Then you put the cheese. I like a little red onion. I like a little jalapeno. Another layer of chips. Another layer of cheese.
Are we talking shredded cheese or like the nacho cheese sauce?
Just the best. No, the nacho cheese sauce. That
The
melts
sauce is better.
really well.
The sauce is
Sure
the
is.
way
It's not
to
even
go.
close.
It's
And then-
not even close.
And then beef, and then more
Beef
shredded
is-
beef, and then more jalapenos.
And then
No
you know what you
guacamole?
gotta.
Dude, that's the side.
What
On
about
the side,
black
I want
olives?
guacamole. I don't like people who put the guacamole on top because then the guacamole gets nice
Yeah.
and hot. It gets hot. I like my guacamole to stay cold on the side. I take my hot nacho and dip it in the cold guacamole.
My only
The sour
concern,
cream
though,
and
is
salsa,
when you
too.
go to dump it in the guacamole, you're going to lose everything that you had on top of the nacho. Like it's
I
a
don't
tough.
think that's true if you know what you're doing.
It's a tough.
There's a
dip.
way you can scoop it under.
Yeah, and also you sometimes you got to take. It's a two-hand job. You got to take two chips. You use one as a shovel and the other that's kind of hanging
yeah.
them both together.
Yes.
It really
Do you like
is.
black olives?
I don't like olives on anything.
Okay.
I don't.
But
Like,
what about sour cream or pico de gallo
yes,
salsa?
I don't like the pico de gallo, but I like the sour cream, cold sour cream, and cold guacamole on the side.
And shredded beef is, or the beef is the way.
That's
to
on top, though.
Because sometimes they ask you if you want chicken. I
Yeah.
think beef is a much better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It really
play.
is.
On nachos, anyways.
There's such an art to it with the nachos of like making sure that each chip has cheese and like the cheese ratio is where it
need
needs to
that
be.
cheese sauce, dog.
Yeah, but I agree. The cheese sauce is always way. There's some places, and this is crazy to me. Do you remember the place Chevy's in like the tri-state area? There used to be a place called Chevy's.
No, I don't.
It was a Mexican place, and
Okay.
their nachos would be one chip, and they would layer each chip. So it'd be like one big chip. It'd be like 8 big chips around the plate, and they would layer each chip. And to me, that's not nachos.
You know what's good too is some places they don't do it very many places anymore. But like a taco salad where the bowl is the actual like
Sure.
the Tostitos shell.
Sure.
and then you can
That's
break
still
it in.
around.
Yeah, but you don't find them as much. I love those.
Great.
Those are real solid.
Like a tostada salad.
Yes.
Yeah, I like that too.
I can get behind that.
All right, let's. Well, no.
Oh, I didn't know what you were doing there. Do we do one more question?
Well,
Yeah,
do you
let's-
agree before we move on with the double layer as well? Like, I think that's so crucial. I think
Yeah. I mean,
that's
you
what
can't just have
separates-
one layer of chips. You do double it.
cheese it, yeah, and then yes, I
Yeah.
agree. Jay Gleason 90 wants to know if there will be a Barstool rematch.
I mean, we would definitely be open to it for sure. I don't. We got very close to having a rematch with them. I don't think Riggs would have been there though, which sucks because
You need
obviously we
Riggs.
want. Yeah, you want everybody there. But we got close, but Perez was sick as a dog, so we actually had to cancel on them. It was supposed to be at Moore Park, and they ended up just filming like a Breaking 90 or something. But oh yeah, for sure. As much as as much as we wanted to win that match, I'll always give credit to them as they really helped us. Like they really helped
Do you
put us
remember
on the
the
map.
first time we pulled up? They had like a whole team and like drones going and like
Yeah.
audio people. And we had never seen anything. We're like, what the hell is this?
I know.
We're like, this is wow. I mean, we didn't see it. We never seen anything
They've
like
been-
that.
yeah,
they
they've
did it
been-
first class, and like you said, it really got us kind of on the map.
Sure did. Frankie was the one who almost got me hired by Barstool. Frankie used to show Dave my videos when they would go to do the pizza review. So me and Frankie have been close for a long time. I would definitely be open to it for sure. And I think you guys would too.
Yeah, for sure.
And your dads know each other quite intimately.
Yeah. Intimately. I don't know. Oh, that would be the word. But
Broken bread together.
well, my dad used to have season tickets to the Islanders when he was growing up in Long Island, and he would go to Borelli's before every game. We're going to Borelli's. Yeah. So me and him, and then my cousin was the best man at Frankie's wedding. Yeah, me and Frankie got ties. That's my guy.
All right, last question comes from Bake Jerry 101.
These names are great.
Names.
Will we ever get a Mikey V appearance on Bob Does Sports?
Yeah, I mean, I would love to have him on. The thing is with Mikey V, and he's credit to him, he's definitely trying to get into the game. He just really doesn't golf that much, and we really haven't been. He lives across the country, but he's now, especially being a Breezy athlete as well too. Like I would love to have him on, and he gets our vibe. Like that's why we're so close with him, and that's why he's doing what he's doing. Like we really all gel together to where I think he'd be good. You think so, Joseph?
Yeah, I think he wants to work on his golf first, which I give him credit for. He just started. But I think like once he starts feeling more comfortable. I mean, to be honest, I could care less if he was like a great golfer.
Yeah,
or not. I don't think that. I mean, we're not great golfers either. But yeah, I think at some point, we'll see him. I think he brings a lot to the table. I think he's really freaking funny, and I think if there's a way that he could get us at each other's throats, that always enhances the overall.
Yeah, I mean, Mikey V, I think for all of us now, has really turned into one of our best friends. It's crazy that it's happened through the internet, but that's the way. Same thing happened with Perez. Like it's
heartwarming
wild
to see it. To be honest, you want to see him succeed.
And he really is one of the funniest people I've ever met.
He's outrageous,
He
man.
is so fucking fun. I mean, he would come with the vibes.
Yes.
He would bring a
He would
whole
know
lot.
exactly what to bring.
I
for
think
sure.
so.
He's one of the most articulate people I have ever. Like his social IQ is off the charts. It really is. He's one of the most articulate people that I've ever met, and he's the man. So we're going to be seeing him in Chicago. Again, he's a Breezy athlete now, which is awesome. Breezy Chicago, come and keep an eye out for more Breezys again. We're going to be rolling them out throughout the end of this year to next year as well. Again, we're kind of just been on the run. We haven't seen the boys in a bit. Jets in New York, Perez in Virginia. But we are closing in soon, coming down to Jupiter at the end of the year. So we'll be able to fire these out weekly, which we're doing now, and with all the boys. So, folks, we love you. We appreciate you. We'll see you next time. That's another edition of the Bob Does Sports Podcast.